And I wanted today to just spend some time on one of our really exciting new initiatives, and then I'll be followed by Anna, who will talk about another exciting initiative. So these are really connected to the fact that we are moving into a new era with FSHD, with not just one or two random trials here and there, but a pipeline of drugs from all companies all over that are now interested in FSHD. And that creates challenges and opportunities for us. How do we engage with that properly? How do we have access to the trials? How do we know that the right people are getting into the trials? How do we know that, how do we advocate for access for younger patients, patients who are in wheelchairs, and so on? So BetterLife FSHD is one of those initiatives. I don't know, hopefully you have heard about it because we've been kind of talking a lot about it and putting a lot about it in emails, but nothing like seeing it for real. So what it is, we call it a patient-driven health and research platform. But in this day and age, everything needs to be online, but also we fundamentally believe that if you live with FSHD, you have so much knowledge. What's going on with your experience with FSHD is what really is going to create the reality, our scientific understanding, our medical understanding of this condition, and that will help everybody. So how do we capture that collective community experience? So our goal really is, first and foremost, by capturing that experience, we want to improve the quality of life by understanding what's going on. What are things that people are doing that can help? What about a phenomenon that you thought it was just you, but it turns out 70% of other people with FSHD have it, and the research community has not known about it, will now become something that can be researched and maybe something can be done about it. So those kinds of things are super important, and we're going to get there by asking you to join Better Life and contribute through these surveys and things that you'll get in small bits and pieces, because we don't want you to spend hours and hours answering surveys. We want it to make it manageable, but we also want to make sure that data comes back to you in a way that helps you manage your condition, manage your symptoms, communicate with your medical providers. Like this is, so I'll show you that in a second. And the other is to connect you with the information that you need, and also to research opportunities. So if you are interested in enrolling in a clinical trial or a study of some sort, when Better Life knows more about you, it can match you more exactly to studies that you might be eligible for. And all of this helps to speed up and improve the quality of research in FSHD. So Better Life has impacts across the whole drug development pipeline, starting from basic research all the way to the delivery of care. So everything I'm not going to read all through this, but just in the basic end, like what are the basic facts? How does this disease work? How does it progress? To designing the outcome measures that help us have well-designed clinical trials that can show if something's actually helping or not. To informing the regulators who make decisions about whether these drugs should be available to you, or payers that are going to keep, who's going to pay for this. And then once treatments are out in the clinic, and also whether or not there's a drug, like it's really important to track and manage your symptoms, and with the aim of improving the quality of care that you have. So who can join? Anyone who has FSHD. Right now, we're limited to people living in the United States because of data privacy laws, and anyone who's 1 year or older. If you are a minor, your parent enrolls on your behalf. And and this is what it looks like. Very nice, clean portal. You just sign in, you go through a consent process. And then once you're in there, you're asked to complete a profile, then provide some demographic information, provide information about your diagnosis, and so on. So as I said, these are put out in digestible, shorter surveys. So do them when it suits you. And then You also have the opportunity, the option to keep a health diary around various things. So, if pain is an issue for you, track your pain levels day over day, and or mental health, track the symptoms you're experiencing, and over time you get a lot of data about how you're doing, how you're responding to other things going on in your life. And this could be really valuable, especially like talking to your physician and coming up with strategies to address those issues. Okay, so this is just an example on the right. Like if you filled out a bunch, that it starts to generate a nice graph. And these visuals are very powerful ways of communicating what's going on. We want to know about diagnosis. What was your diagnostic journey like? What was the result of genetic tests? Your health history, what else is going on with you? And the progression of your sort of classic FSHD symptoms. And then based on how you respond, as anyone has visited our website, we have kind of so much information in there that it's hard to find what you need sometimes. And we know that, and we're thinking, how can we serve it up better? So what BetterLife will do is, based on how you respond, it will feed you articles, videos, and other content from our site that addresses specific issues you might be dealing with right now. It also matches you to studies that are going on that you might be interested in knowing about. And in the future, all of these are mapped out. We're working with an amazing company in Canada called Lumio. We plan to have something called the Community Discovery Engine. So you share your experience, you share it with other people, like, did anyone experience this? And then that can lead to new research questions. And we can take your experience and translate it into something that a researcher can work with and find out, well, what's really going on here, right? And that's this idea of the patient journey passport or report, that we were able to produce reports that summarize your data, let's say the past year, past 3 years, whatever, that you feel will be important and empower you as a patient to talk about what you're experiencing with your care provider. So today, these are the things that we have: the daily symptom tracking, the surveys, articles delivered to you, demographic data. But we will be coming up with more features in BetterLife, if you can see here. And we had a webinar about this, I forget if it was back in August. It's on our YouTube channel. So that goes into more depth if you want to learn more about how BetterLife works. And this right now, so we just launched it not that long ago. We have about, Anna, 250 people, 350 people across the US who have signed up. So we were curious to see how New England is doing, and New England could do better, I think. So if those of you out there have not joined BetterLife but are intrigued or feel like this would be, I mean, we obviously believe, and we invested a lot in it because we think this is going to be very, very powerful to drive research. If you want to be part of it, please sign up. And I think the tables have a postcard with a QR code. You can scan it now, or you can bring the card with you and think about it. But please, let's make New England have a better showing. And I want to acknowledge the partners that we have. Lumio, actually Fulcrum was very involved in this, Avidity, those 300 plus people who are already using it. And we had also a couple dozen people with FSHD who have been advisors, close advisors to us all along the process of developing it. And I also want to thank Kaylee Warwick on our team. She's the program manager for BetterLife, and she actually put these wonderful graphics and slides together, so I wanted to thank her. And there's the web address for BetterLife FSHD, pretty easy to remember. And Are there any questions?